I still got to take this out. Peace. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Okay, so excuse all the jumpiness. I'm trying to type while I'm in here. Pause. We good? Can y'all see me? Okay. Hey, boo. I'm trying to put her, and actually I'll get her to do it. So I can, let me see. WW Beyond. Greetings. I'm so excited today about who we are talking to. The makeup. Hope I'm putting her website in correctly. A lot of you probably haven't experienced this particular phenomenon that I'm bringing on, unless you are following me on my other page. The sister has, hold on, she's trying to get in. Hold on, y'all. Let me figure out how to do this. Yeah, a lot going on. Hold on. I swear every time I have a good live, I always have technical issues. All right. Hopefully we don't have that many technical issues. Hey, boo. Okay, so let's try this again. So this sister that I am going to bring on live, she is a sister. There she go. Hey, Tish. Okay, so she's a sister that I have been connected with over the years. We've met through a mutual acquaintance, and we have clicked and linked ever since then. She had such an amazing spirit when I came into contact with her, and just knowing her story, knowing everything that I've seen her do and accomplish, we are definitely kindred spirits. So I wanted to make sure that I share her on this particular platform, because my whole goal, as I said at the beginning of the year, is to be, one, more consistent, but number two, I wanted to make sure that y'all are able to literally get into some other information and some other dialogue besides us just talking about what food y'all need to be eating. All right, so I see you. Let me see if I can bring you in. Okay, so it should have a request coming to you. And there we go. Hey,
Hi, Kendra
this
Smith.
quarter be killing us. I'm like, I feel so good to see your face.
Hi, everybody.
Right. Okay, there we go. So I was just kind of briefly telling them like how I met you through Dwayne, and how you just had an amazing spirit from day one of me meeting you. So I knew that you were definitely, as you would say, be one of my gold friends, that I would keep in my life for as long as we together. So I was wanting to share you and share your gift to the world, of who you are and all the amazing things that you're doing right now, so everybody could like jump in and really get to know who you are. So if y'all not following her, it's up in the top. Go follow her. I did just put a post up. Go follow her, support her. I pinned the actual book in the bottom of the link. So I just want you to go in and tell them like who you are, what you do, and what you got going on. So, and I ask questions throughout it.
All right. What great evening. To tell you, this woman, this goddess would not have just anybody on here with you all. So I'm so super excited and honored to even be on your platform, TNL. My name is Lockerty McIver, and I reside in Charlotte, North Carolina. I am a mom. I am a wife. I am an entrepreneur guru. I am an author. I am a business coach. I'm a financial advisor. I may even be a spiritual advisor by the time we finish.
That part.
On what role? Since COVID has come, I have become a doctor, a nurse, get excited.
Right, a teacher. You was already doing that.
So many things. But right now, I'm super excited to embrace everything that your followers and your family, I call you your followers family, and your
Right.
family. I'm just super excited to be here because when you called and said, hey, I need you to talk about how, and I said, what do you mean? She said, how do you balance having 7 children?
That part.
7.
I ain't got but 6, but god dang, I'm right there with you.
7 children, you have 6. This is why we're friends and always will be girlfriends. You'll know what the term girlfriend means. And I'll just tell you right now, a girlfriend is someone that holds you accountable. A girlfriend can be a man or a woman. It can be female or male. It's just someone who does not let you off the hook. And this girl right here, she never lets me off the hook. You want girlfriends around you because they push you past, you know, the point that you don't even know that you can go. So she's definitely a girlfriend. And I mean, that's my intro. I mean, whatever. No, I'm an open book. I am literally an open book. I put it all in the book.
Literally. So, and the book is amazing. How did you come up with the fact, like, what made you do the book at the time you did the book? Because it was so needed. I don't know if people understood what you were giving us at the time you gave it to us.
Wow, that's a great question. Okay, so I felt as though women and men, because it's a book for all sexes, but I felt women and men needed something that was real. And I'll just be honest with you, coming through 4 years of the leadership that we had, without calling any names, Trump's leadership, I knew that there was a lot of lies being told. I said without calling names, sorry.
Right.
You may have some fans here. But listen, this is not a political platform, so that's not what we're trying to do. But I felt like it was time for us to govern ourselves accordingly because so many lies had been spewed. And I wanted to tell my truth. What I realized as a young girl is if you stand on your own truth and you stand on your nobody can beat you telling your truth. And body beat me telling my truth. And at the time, my father had just passed away. And I said, I was wanting to write a book before he passed away, but in spirit, and got the energy from my ancestor, from him and all the ancestors that come before me to say, now is the time to put your words on paper, but just don't put pen to paper. Have the words jump off the paper. Give life to individuals who may not understand that they're going through depression, who may not understand that they need some mental balance and they do get the deserve to take a break, who may not understand that as a mom, you get to go in the bathroom and when they call your name, not okay.
Like who?
I drop all of those pearls in the book. So those are nuggets that I share with the world. And that's what made me write a book and publish it.
And it is such an amazing piece of work. And like I said, I don't think people understood what you gave to us at the time you gave to us. With us being in quarantine, with us going through what we were going through, the gems that she dropped in this book, y'all, it actually is going to help you start to understand what you need to do and how you need to do it, where you going wrong at. Like, just really identify, like, oh, you know what, I might be doing that too. Let me take some Tish tips right here in my life. So I love the way that it was delivered. And like I said, the timeliness was it couldn't have been more perfect. What I really wanted to touch on is, like I said, in our conversation, like we're going over the sacral and the root chakra we just finished is really dealing with relationships. It's dealing with why we have dysfunctional relationships. It's dealing with why we're not able to make the money that we're supposed to be making, or why we are not embracing or having the courage or the power to say, I deserve better. And I feel like you embody all of that. So it's like, especially for my women, we're not discriminating, but especially for my women, I'm like, this is a power house within itself. So I really wanted to make sure that you were able to share, like, just give us some insight. Like, how did you do it? Like, you know, for the ones that, you know, ain't read the book, like, how did you do it? How did you accomplish being a mother of 7. They're
Yes.
going to have multiple businesses, not just one business, multiple businesses. You and your husband are entrepreneurs, serial entrepreneurs. How are y'all able to do that, raise children, and your children are amazing on top of that? And then still like be able to even focus on making money and do all the other stuff that y'all do and still have a life because y'all stay traveling.
Bye. Hello.
Right.
You know what? I think I really want to start here. I want to start with the chapter that says face the mirror. And in this chapter, the only person that you can encourage if you're going through a rough spot in your life is yourself. I mentioned travel. So when you're going to and the pilot comes on, the first thing that I say is put your own oxygen mask on first before you try to save the lives of any other individuals. That is important. When I took a hard look at self-reflection and introspection, I said I need to be able to wake up every morning with my feet planted on the ground, standing firmly, and not fools or the woe is me mentality. So I started here. I want to free some people. I would write on red lipstick, as you can see, red is my color. I would write on my in red lipstick my goals, and I have goals everywhere. I mean, every part of my home, you will see goal posters. I literally would put goal posters everywhere.
Oh, wow.
Goal poster. I love jewelry. I want, to eat better. I want to travel, cosmetics. I am to write everything down. So I would put the mirror. Well, I would go in my bathroom and I would put that on the mirror. So face the mirror is chapter 3, because if you can honestly face the mirror and look at the person looking back at you and feel good about your daily tasks that you've gotten done, it's very helpful for me. But the other piece I want to talk to you about, T, is the fact that nobody has all the answers. And book, I put Tish Talk in this homework assignments that you have to do throughout the book, because if you're not you brought me on the healing chamber, right? So we're going to get
right. We're going to heal.
Do the work yourself and heal the trauma that you may have faced. So in the front part of the book, I actually talk about being kidnapped. I was a senior in college. We had gone on a girlfriend's trip, and it was our graduation trip. And over in Jamaica, I was kidnapped. I was abducted and held hostage for hours. And I thought I was not going to be able to make it back home. And I just knew that life was short and life was very precious. So to my higher being, I said, if you allow me to make it back home after kicking and jumping out of a 3-story window to escape the man who kidnapped me, then I would never, ever silence my voice. And the reason why Tish Talk became a current thing now is because I love to. You told me today that's what you were put here to do. So that because everybody knew in college I sold cosmetics. I've been a business for selling cosmetics for 20 years, and at that I want people to know my story, just to be honest.
Right.
So the book is called Beyond the Makeup because I'm beyond just the makeup piece. Now I'm tapping everything that I'm supposed to be here to do. Mentor. Right. I love young people. Teach. I love to motivate. I am a strategist. When I tell you I'm about strategy, write this down. Note. Today will be the first day that you understand it is not about playing checkers. It's about playing. And listen, it's strategic. So I guess it was the strategy with coming out with the book. And, facing the mirror, chapter 3, understanding that I could be my best self. And I was delivered from a situation. And I promised, I said, if you deliver me from it, I will go around the country and just talk to people and encourage people. I love to encourage and exhort and empower women and men. I mean, they're my specialty. It's my
and because you cannot help, and I don't even know if y'all can feel her energy. I know I feel it, but that's just probably because I experienced her energy by myself. But you can feel that when you come in the presence of who you are. This is one of those sisters that I'm like, as soon as you get in the room, she ain't even in the room good. You just open the door and her energy gonna come in the room. So all my babies who know about human design, because y'all hear me talk about this all the time, she a manifested generator. This is how you supposed to use your energy. Okay, she the one that's gonna come in the room, and either if you insecure, you gonna feel a little intimidated, but she gonna come in the room and make her presence known. It's going to be the energy where you gonna feel who's in the room and who you in the midst of. But it is such a powerful one. Go ahead.
To piggyback on what you're saying, and women, when you do that, do it unapologetically. I learned from my father that when you enter a room, he said, you go in there and you suck the air out the room.
Listen.
Hello. I don't know if y'all remember that movie Harlem Nights, when Pop got put in the chamber. I think it was like a bank, and he was doing this literally. When I you know, one of my greatest leaders that I follow, he never meandered. When Jesus came, he changed the atmosphere. He charged the atmosphere. And I'll just tell you, I take on that position. If you are going to go in, own it, you need your hair is slamming. And let me spell slamming for you. SLAMMIN, no G. So you need to make sure that your hair is slamming. Take care of it. Eat healthier. You know that this goddess that's on this line is not going to play. You're not eating healthy. You need to have the wow factor. So what we're talking about, because we can come from two different worlds and still say the same. In my world, the wow factor. In your world, you call it, say that word.
For me, I'd be like that goddess thing, that goddess power, or black girl magic, you know, I say on me.
Black girl, that's exactly right. That's what it is. So it's just owning your own power, understanding you're supposed to do it, and using those positive words, because energy, we know, cannot be created or destroyed. It's only trained. Right or wrong?
Right.
If I come on the scene and you're willing to give me that energy, you better get all this good goddess energy, because I'm a transfer.
Transfer and transmute. ASAP.
Yes. So I'm excited about that. I'm really excited about, you know, you talked about relationships, and I want to say that I realized early on write this down if you're taking notes. You must learn how to pivot in the pandemic. You are good at cooking, and you cannot just wait on a stimulus check. Hear me clearly. Let me actually pick up the phone. Clearly, you cannot wait on a stimulus check. You have to stimulate your own economy. That means if you're really good with cooking, cook meals and sell them. If you're really good and powerful with, you know, teaching and tutoring, it's children right now struggling in America and all over the world. We're in an online platform, which means it's virtual. You could literally be in China because the internet flattens the world. You can be in China tutoring. Maybe that was not a good. You can be
anywhere.
Anywhere. Yeah, that's the truth. That is the truth. So become powerful and master your craft, and it literally will allow you to do it anywhere. And I put a mandate on my children. I said, if you guys go through the next 9 months and you don't come out with a new strength, right? There's nothing wrong with the individual who doesn't come out with a new strength, but it's so empowering if you've been in a home on this lockdown situation, or if we've been in quarantine, and you don't come out with something new. Something
had to change. There's no reason that you were in this quarantine and did not come out with some sort of something. Absolutely. Like whether it was just you just working on yourself the whole quarantine, you should have came out transformed and healed after being with yourself for this long. I'm just saying.
T, I like the fact that you actually brought me on because you wanted to talk about relationships. So I was going to tell you, in one chapter in the book, I call it the G word, and it's the girlfriends. So just read this really quickly. Y'all bear with me.
Okay.
Here are the girlfriends every queen should have. The relationship girlfriend. She is the guru in relationship. You see her, she's always happy. She's not hurting in the romance department. That may have, you know. Anyway, she offers sound advice in a negative way or a positive way, but she listens. She's your wing person. You always look to her to go to her for advice. That's your relationship girlfriend, especially with your man. The business girlfriend. She cares about your career. She cares about your business aspirations. She wants you to become business oriented and have the business acumen. And she encourages you to encourage yourself and be your best. She encourages you to bounce back from all situations. That girlfriend is not your mentor, but she's your business girlfriend, the fun girlfriend. You should have a fun girlfriend in your circle, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
That fun girlfriend, it can go for guys too. The fun girlfriend, she's no holds bar. She's always down to have a good time. You can call her morning, noon, or night, and she is ready for the party. Then you have the mom girlfriend. All of us are the good mom girlfriend if you have children. She is the person who's not going to judge you if you call her and tell her your son has a fever of 101 and you still have not taken him to the hospital. She's the girlfriend, girl, put your shoes on and your clothes on. Take that baby and get him some help. The mom girlfriend is also the girlfriend who has your daughter's sweet 16 birthday party running through her mind more than you do. Because your daughter to celebrate that sweet 16. The event planner girlfriend. That girlfriend helps you plan every event. Weddings, divorce. She even helps you get your credit in check. It is an event to get your credit in check. She plans the event. I don't care if it's a wine tasting for her to sit you down and say, girl, now you know your credit is not with at least a 700.
Let's work on it together. Let's work on it.
The travel girlfriend, T's my travel girlfriend. This girlfriend will literally have her bags packed and keep them packed at the door at all times. She a suitcase in her car because she never knows when she's going to jet set across the country. That's your travel. And you look up on the picture, you look up on social media, she is in the islands in Bahamas somewhere. That's the travel girlfriend. Then the praying girlfriend. The praying girlfriend, one that prays and meditates day and night with you. She manages to help you out of situations that you couldn't imagine even being in, but she's going to pray you through it. Lastly, the wise girlfriend. This woman, you all would consider her to be an elder. Is that right? I'm learning.
Yep.
She's the wise elder. She tells you to speak her truth. And when you're on a roll, she'll slow you down. Those are relationships, healthy relationships that you want to maintain. Those are healthy relationships that you want to maintain. In every girlfriend circles, your core group, you're going to be able to identify with one of those.
It is. And it's crazy because even though you saying that in the book, it's like, I remember in that part, I was like, Tish about all them damn things. Okay. Like, for real, like... You embody all of those personalities. Like, you embody all of those energies, like, all in one. That's that manifesting generator shit right there, though. So she embodied, like, literally, y'all. I can call Tisha and be like, look, I need her. Like, I could talk to her about any and everything. And I know that she's going to give me exactly what I need to hear. She's one of the only friends that I do feel like I can call and be like, she's going to come from a space that is not of my world. And I'm like, I need that insight. I need that energy. I need somebody that's going to be like, girl, let me tell you what you need to do. Let's figure this out. Really? She always also, let's figure it out.
Yes. You know, I really appreciate the fact that you brought that up because you are that for me. Whether you know, you are that for me. If I can call T and have a fashion show and she'll let me come and shop in her closet. I mean, I don't know if y'all know this side about her, but she loves fashion, right? So I should have wrote fashion girlfriend in the book, but it's not in there. Maybe, but she's fashion guru girlfriend because she knows how to style. And I asked her tonight what color I should wear, but look, Kindred Spirits. She has on yellow. I have on yellow.
I know. And we didn't even discuss this.
Never discussed it.
Yes, we didn't discuss it.
No. And the funny part is I was getting dressed and my husband said, well, when you go downstairs and after you finish downstairs, can you come upstairs and have that same energy? You know how people, the young people, keep the same energy. So, honey, I'm going to probably put a little bit more lip on because, you know, that red lip is killer, baby. Put a little red lip on, go upstairs and handle business. Now, here's a shameless plug. Relationships. You don't just want your girlfriends to love you. You better want your to love you too. And for you to, you know, manifest that energy. Being a fashionista is not hard, but in my marriage earlier, okay, we've been married 24 years this year. In my marriage, the first 10 years, he didn't understand why I would dress up. He thought I was dressing up. Wrong.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Right.
dressing up for me. I'm doing this for me. And you just get the benefit of that.
Right.
So when you know, role playing, you got to do something to keep it muy caliente, baby. Spicy.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to head over that direction and talk about from a perspective of being a mom and being a wife and knowing that my role is to make sure that my husband, write this down if you're taking notes, you do not need to leave your man hungry, horny, or I had another H. I just lost my train of thought. Either way, you don't want to leave him horny, hungry, or whatever H was. Fill in the H yourself, right? So what, ladies, I just understood that role playing in the bedroom was, you know, maybe it's not your thing. That's fine. But in my book, I'm talking about the walk-in closet. And I want you to hear my heart when I say this. The walk-in closet is just not for clothes. This was the segue into what we were talking about, being a fashionista. It is time that, you know, T talked about my husband being an entrepreneur. It is time that he would get off from work and he would literally be so tired and he may not want to go downstairs to eat. So guess what? I was creative. You talk about having the creativity part. I was creative enough. And the walk-in closet, it's a walk-in closet for a reason because you can walk in. And I made in the closet. I would have his lunch, have a picnic basket, have his dinner in the. And after the closet, after he ate, it went down in the closet. It may be some down in the closet. It may be some eating of some food in the closet. It may be some eating of some organic things in the closet. But it went down in the walk-in closet. So I just want you to be able to step outside your comfort zone. I hope this is not too real and raw. But
no, we need it all. We need all the juiciness.
Step outside your comfort zone to keep it muy caliente, baby. You gotta keep it. He was not expecting the walk-in closet. So now he's like, when we buy our next home, can we have a big, ladies, if you want to know
bigger one, look, that's gonna be the biggest room in the house.
If you want to know how
in the closet, what is you doing?
Let it go down in the walk-in. That's
right.
The talk tip, okay? That's the talk. I wanted to do that, but the relationship department, because I think when you are a woman who can master the relationship with your children, can master the friendship relationship with your gold friends. I call them gold friends, and y'all know what that is now. Can master the relationship with your significant other. Can master the sistership, the sisterhood. Can master the relationship with your parents. Can be that sibling that, you know, your brothers and sisters run to. If you are able to, as people say now, level up in that department, I think that, you know, everything else will start to level up in your life, because are very genuine. They're very organic. I love hard. And if I love you, I'm loyal. So relationships, if you want to take away, just make sure that you're giving your best self and you're loyal. You know, you're loyal to the person you're in that relationship with. You know, it can be time for dinner that how many of you, and I can't see you, but just by comments, how many of you in the comments put when you're engaged in a conversation, you're in the conversation. So in and they need my attention and I'm on the phone, I have to be in that moment. I have to be present. I've learned to get off the phone and understand what their need is. If I'm because I'm a businesswoman and my husband's a businessman, we literally put our phone in the middle of the table, and the first person while we're at dinner that touches their phone, they pay for the check. And I don't eat at Shack. I mean, these are very
like you gonna get that check, bro. AJ, you gonna get that check. I already know. I will win every time.
Phone, play that game so that you're in the moment. Play the game. You can be out, and it's supposed to be girlfriend time, and you know the children are okay, and this is very good. Put a special ring on your phone for emergency. So if your mom is keeping your children, if that ring vibrate is not going off on your phone, nothing else is important. Be in that moment. Is that a helpful tip to help improve relationships?
Absolutely. 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 Because at this particular moment that we're in, this is the time frame where people are not present. We are always distracted by our phones, by our social media, by all these different dynamics. Like AJ hear me talk about this all the time. Like, we need to make sure that we are being present. We need to make sure that if this is our one-on-one time, check in, check now. And then I have that, like, we could be just having a regular conversation. And I know sometimes, like, I'm in for a good 5-10 minutes. And then, like, I'm out. Like, I'm already thinking about, I need to answer this email. I was supposed to receive, like, I don't forgot somebody. You know how we do. We be having 500 things on our list, and I don't forget. I didn't even respond to somebody's text message 2 hours.
Talk about that. So write this down. If you're taking notes, ladies and gentlemen, write down non-communication and verbal communication. Because when you're giving someone eye contact, they feel like you're listening. I have become the master of giving eye contact and still shutting you off in my mind. Now, I don't know if it's not, but literally, people, you want to open yourself up and not yourself off. You're closed off if you're not relaxed and you're engaging in a conversation. So, contact, and you can still think about what you're thinking about, right? Because you're thinking about what you're thinking about. But just give a nod. Stretch your eyes open, like real big, like. And you are literally thinking about the appointments you have that afternoon. But
right.
And it's very important that you give nonverbal communication, lean in. You got to lean in. The person is talking to you, and you cannot even be into it. But for them to think that you're into it, lean in. It's very important that the person, I came up in with Mary Kay Ash, our founder. She was big on, imagine everybody has a line on their forehead that says, feel important. When you are developing and fostering healthy relationships, you want to make everybody you come in contact with feeling.
Listen.
So shut down your cell phone. Now, you may meet your girlfriend and say, I got 10 hot minutes. I'm going to cut the phone down 10 minutes. Everything you need to get in 10 minutes. That's all I got.
Right.
So, be real. If you can't give an hour, this is no lie. Even with yourself, have a good relationship with yourself. That's in the man in the mirror, facing the mirror. What I'm saying is you can have a pity party, but you can't be intimate and purposeful at the same time. You got to pick your poison. You can't be pitiful and pitiful at the same time. So I go through moments. We're humans, right? We're humans right? So I go through moments, but I take off. You drag that thing. You have to take a shower, cry, get a shower, and then pick it up. You got to have that, ladies especially, right? Because we're hormonal. But what I'm saying to you is be able to compartmentalize. And T, I don't know if you teach this, but one time as a young mom, I went downstairs and I went into the kitchen. And this is how I learned how to compartmentalize. And my young toddlers had every drawer open. The cabinet under the box, stove, I mean, they literally opened up every drawer, right? So too late, I could come in the kitchen screaming, or I could just go and close the cabinets.
Amen.
And once I closed that cabinet, that for spoons and the forks. The next cabinet, the cups and the glasses and the dishes, everything in their own place. So learn from that. Period. I have to learn to close off. Everybody has a different language. If I'm talking to my 13-year-old, I have to close that door to make sure that the 17-year-old door, that portal, that window is open, because he shuts down if I don't give him all of my attention.
Right.
Or with the people in your household, the people you may work with on your job.
Right.
About this balancing, it says how to balance self. So I gave you a lot of nuggets, but balance faith, whatever you believe in, balance that, when as a mom, and you can, sometimes we do this balancing act when not balanced. is about centering.
Mm.
You taught me that. You taught me about
Mm.
spring. For me is happy. It's cold outside now, but I'm a summer baby, born in July, Leo, lion.
Yeah.
But go outside, take your shoes off and just walk in the grass.
Mm-hmm.
That is so serene for me. That brings me so much. You know what I mean? So that's that balancing of self. So centering and balancing can be used interchangeably. And then balancing family. You have to be unapologetic with this. You know my mother. Sometimes we'll call and I'm not in that headspace right now because we all experience trauma. And if you don't get that or do the healing, sometimes those trauma will come from the basement of your life and come to the attic, right?
Mm.
They'll rise from the basement and come to the attic. So if you're not in the headspace to deal with family, you have every right to say, Mom, Dad, sister, right now, I don't have the capacity to talk with you. Let me call you. Give yourself permission. You think about a thimble, a thimble size capacity. Wow, I have long nails, period. But you think about a thimble size capacity and then a reservoir size capacity.
Mm-hmm.
If you best self and you can't give that reservoir capacity and you can only give a thimble size capacity, reset, right?
Mm-hmm.
Button called, hit that button, push the reset button, reset, recenter, regain your focus.
Right.
So family, balance your family, because let me say this, normally family are the ones that will push the patients the most.
That part.
Happy for anything that you want out of me.
Mm-hmm.
All of us have families. And have you seen that meme or that quote online that says, you choose your friends, but you cannot choose your family? You're born.
Listen. You connected to them for life.
For life.
But I feel like it's also, and that's what, one of the reasons that I felt that this was a great week to bring you on, because next week, me and my mate, start going live on Spiritually Yoked. So if y'all are not following Spiritually Yoked, make sure that you follow that page. And we wanted to get into conversations that's dealing with relationship conversations and just awareness, conversations on why we love conditionally. We say we love unconditionally, but the reality is, no matter if it's family, friends, our mates, we still treat them in a space of, you're not doing what I want you to do, so I'm gonna love you with these conditions, so I don't want to deal with you no more. And that is, there's an importance in relearning how to really love somebody from an unconditional space. So saying that to say, like, we will have Tish and her husband on that platform. So those of y'all who are actually following us, and we got some, things that we are working on in the future, that I'm having like couples that's been married for how many years again? 20 something?
24 this year.
24
I know I
years.
only do 20, honey, but 24. I got married at age 4.
That's Leo energy. That's all Leo energy, y'all.
Leo energy. T, when you said that, and we have to make sure that we help our mates, because you talked about being equally yoked. When you're with someone and you're not yoked up the same way, it's hard. I mean, it's hard. Look at my lips. Hard. It's so hard, right? So one of the things that we developed was, and I won't give it all away because I know you're going to have your platform next week and the week after that and the week after that. But you heard that Mary J. Blige song, No More Drama, right? So you have to find tools to drive out the drama. And what we did to drive out the drama, we started changing our daily use of words. So instead of saying, gosh, that's stupid, you may say, how brilliant is that? Because that person on the receiving end heard brilliant. They didn't hear that's stupid. But you're asking them a question, how brilliant is that? So then they reflect and say, gosh, that's kind of stupid, huh? You said it, I didn't. You see that? Is that not healthy, right? That'll help. That'll get you some mortgage money and not your car payment paid, because you ain't calling the man stupid or the woman stupid.
Right.
So check this out. You can say, instead of saying, girl, or man, let me tell you this. I hate I got to tell you this. I regret to report to you How official does that sound? I regret to report to you, those dishes are dirty. Let's clean the dishes. Simple stuff.
Just stick it away.
Wow.
Yeah.
That stinks. The trash is just so foul. It would really be nice energy if we could get it fresher in here. And I really want to say, why don't you take that trash out, right? And even with the children, I constantly saying to them, well done. Instead of me saying, that's horrible. That's so great. Why would you do that? It's well done. Even in times that are teachable moments, I say, well done. But let's look at it this way. So it's just those things that kind of help them drive out the dramatic part of, because y'all know kids these days, women, men, all of us, we're so dramatic. Social media and reality TV got us so dramatic.
Man, listen, extra as hell.
We so extra. We are so extra. I love being extra, but sometimes it's team too much.
Right.
So if you tell your child, we came from an era, if you told your child to go upstairs and clean her room, that's what they did.
Right. When no talk back, with no extra.
None of that. If you turned around and looked like you was ready to fix your mouth to say, what?
Right.
You know, it's just a different time. So what I'm saying is we also have to observe that it's a different era. I'm not saying be soft on your kids or nothing like that, because that's not what I believe in. What I'm saying is they are little people too. They deal with hurt. They deal with trauma. They deal with drama. They are navigating through this pandemic just as we are. We're adults, and it's scary sometimes for us. So I think when I was talking about giving our children grace, my daughter told me, she said, Mom, I totally don't want to log on for school today. I said, you know what? You're entitled to feel that way. Because what do adults call it? Sick leave? Sick days.
Right.
When I had a real job, I would call in with the quickness. Mental health day. That's what I need. And then companies got smart, right? They started saying, bring in a sick note. Now I don't work for anybody right now. So let me tell you what my sick note was. We are in the age of technology. If I didn't go to the doctor, because sometimes you don't have to go to the doctor for everything. But if you got a computer, you make your own sick note. I'm just saying. Okay. Any more questions?
She said you're going to make your own mental health break. Okay, y'all? Don't listen to Tish. Don't y'all get fired.
No, don't get fired. You need a job. But what I'm saying is, literally, we are going through things, right? And if you don't feel like reporting to your job, so many people, I saw reports. My son, he's a statistician. He said, Mom, do you know statistics show that teenagers are more stressed out now in 2021 than a pregnant woman from the 1960s?
Woo! Listen.
No, let me get it right. He said more teenagers, that's our youth, ladies and gentlemen, are more stressed out in 2020 and 2021. 2021 just came in than a pregnant woman from the 1960s. And in the 60s, that era, being pregnant is hard, right? But that was, you couldn't even go to the bank and get a loan without your husband's signature. Like it was, you know, voter pro. It was just crazy. It's not like, can we just give a shout out to Madam Vice President Kamala Harris? It's not like 2021. You know what I mean? It was a dark time then. So our youth and our children are stressed out. So when we're speaking on relationships and balancing everything and balancing your family and, you know, making sure that you have that meaningful relationship with your child to say, I don't care what your teacher is asking for right now. You're not going to do that math test because mentally you're not in a good space. Right. You're going to flunk it anyway because you're not trying. GPAs are being affected. I have a son he's a football player and he's not able to get on the football field. That messes with him mentally. Because he's not able to work that out. That energy. And the coaches are saying, we really want to recruit him, but we don't have any film. So as a great mom, what do? I go hire somebody and get a drone, take him to his high school, and let him run up and down the football field, throwing the ball, catching the ball, doing whatever. In this day and time, ladies and gentlemen, all I'm saying is we have to be creative. We have to be innovative. This is time to be innovative. And my relationship with you means support. Write that down if you're taking notes. Support goes both ways. You know, how can you ask of me of something and then I don't support you and then I ask you to do something? You know, support is it goes a long way. It goes a long way. Yeah, we listen, when y'all see the healing chamber pop up and you see palm trees in the background, don't hate on us because we can do this anywhere. And I'm telling you, you know, you just sometimes have to take those breaks because we have to create good habits, and having a good, healthy relationship means that you're not stressed out. So you may have to remove yourself from a certain environment that could be toxic. I'm not telling you to call in sick and call out of work, but if you do that, don't post if you're over in the Caribbean.
Right. Don't get caught. Don't get caught slipping.
You got to keep a healthy relationship with your manager and your boss.
And that's like a perfect segue into something that we were talking about earlier. Earlier, me and her had the conversation. Okay, I'll make sure. Earlier, we had the conversation about how important it is just to take those moments. Even if it's an hour, even if it's 2 hours, you might not be able to get away for a week. But really making sure that you're scheduling those moments that you can just breathe and you can be still. I know my babies that follow me on my other page, I always talk about how important it is for you to set your rising ritual as a time that you just tapping in with your own energy, your own frequency, your own self. Before the kids even get up, before anybody is up in your house, you need to be up, established in your own routine. Like, I'm meditating, I'm praying, I'm doing whatever, Tai Chi, yoga, whatever you want to do.
That's
so you can actually just be still. So that way when the day starts, you're not feeling overwhelmed. You're not feeling stressed out. You're not feeling a certain way. You are actually feeling like encouraged and empowered. So now when your child come running in the room and they got baby powder all over the place.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
I done had a couple of them incidents. So I'm like, it doesn't bother you as much. It doesn't bother you as much.
You know, can we speak a little bit about the fitness piece of it? Like,
absolutely,
because it's a new year. So I want to introduce the concept new year, new you, right? So during the year, a lot of times we say, oh, I don't make New Year's resolutions because I already talked about like goals are everywhere in my house. We don't turn back right there. I have the Cadillac up here into different pieces, right? So everything has a date or a goal. There's a difference between a dream and a goal. A dream is something that you think about, and then the goal has to have a date attached to it, right? So if your goal was to lose 50 pounds or 20 pounds in 2020, right? And you did not, and 2021 is here. Where do you start? So if you psychologically can tell yourself that it's not important enough for you to do that, how can you effectively change the people that you're around if you can't even change and start with that discipline of eating or going to the gym? COVID is here. If you don't want to go to the gym, that's perfectly fine. Walking in your neighborhood, you know, with some consistency. And it's not so much as about the weight. I need to make up in my mind if I want to do full vegan, pescatarian, or what but we have to do things differently. You brought to your point, you know, I think when I'm following your page, you talk about, now help me pronounce this word. I'm educated, but is it lentils? Like, what's the
lentils? Yeah, legumes.
Okay, yeah. I've never been introduced to that except when I was a child, and my mom used to try to make me eat that. But when I became an adult, I was like, I don't have to eat that. But because of our relationship, right? I was a girlfriend, and I'm following you. I said, my girl want me to be better. I need to focus. Let me eat something.
Right.
You are such a phenomenal teacher. Like, literally, I am learning so much from you. It's crazy. And I know you're because I think it was even with milk. You had
I produce mucus and other options for y'all to drink.
Talk about that. I made the children sit down and we watched What the Health together. That turned them off from eating all, like, literally.
I had my kids jacked up off of that movie.
So good. But just being your best self, showing up as your true self, and making sure that we get that exercise in. That's vital to our operation. But right now, we're building empires, like literally. We're building building stages. And we want to don't want to be in that number, that whatever percentile that may, you know, freaking with COVID. And I'm praying for anybody that has lost a loved one or a family member. I don't want to ever seem like I'm sensitive to that, but we do have our immune system up and get it to the point where that's not going to affect us, because us melanin people, right, is melanated.
Melanated.
Melanin people, you know, we have to stop making those excuses like it's not about, oh, I can eat that fried chicken. Go for the baked chicken. I don't know what. I had to have needed to say that to somebody.
Somebody, one of y'all need to stop eating fried chicken.
People that's watching, you know, inside the book, I actually talk about creating good habits. One, having a date night with your spouse every week. We have 1 to 2 date nights every week. I don't care what's going on. He could be in the hospital, and I'm gonna come in with some candles, and probably the hospital and the nurse and the doctors are gonna be like, "What is going on?" But you have to be creative and have your date night. For the couples that may be on here, make a playlist that for your date night. Look at Honey walking in. Hey, sweet, talking about you. So your date night, make sure you consider. I repeat. Do not bring your children on your date night. That is not a date.
Right. That's a family outing.
That is a family atmosphere. That's a family outing. Right. Don't bring your children on your date night if you want to keep it spicy. Intimacy plays a large role in any relationship, right? So you may not want to be at home. If you got an SUV, recline the seats back. You understand. You finish the sentence.
Okay.
Okay. Told me to learn. Y'all gonna learn today. 24 years. My husband's laughing. Be quiet. So make reservations to your favorite restaurant. And then once you go to your favorite restaurant, guess what? Remember a time when you would hold hands? Now, have very, very particular. Be vocal. Honey, I want you to open the door for me like we used to do when you met me. Engage them in do it. Honey, I would love for you to pull out my chair tonight, because all that's doing for you as a woman is making sure that you're in tune with that part that says, oh yeah, I know what's going down tonight. So that's that really. And then the last thing I want to talk about in that department particularly is when you are literally planning a trip or, you know, something spontaneous, the surprise element, Valentine's Day, talking about relationships and how to balance. Start leaving clues, right? Context clues. Communication is huge, right? Start leaving for your other, or ask him to leave some clues for you, right? And I say that because I know for a fact that for Valentine's Day, it's a romantic thing. And some of you may be into it, some of you may not be into it. Some of you may be into Sweet Day, whatever tickles your fancy. The point is, whatever time you have carved out for your mate, make sure you're touching and you're feeling, so that way that energy is transferring. Because have you ever on a date with someone and the whole time you didn't touch one another? You go to the movie, you feel like that's your roommate. Like you want to ask half on the date, you're gonna pay half of the meal. Matter of fact, I need $750 so we can tackle this $1,500 more. You don't want that. You want to have it to the point where it's such a romantic evening that when you come, everybody write down, lay the money on the wood. That he laid the money on the wood, honey.
Right. That look, don't give them no more. You get them way too much. They ain't on spiritually, yo. Y'all need way too much. Y'all need to go get this book. I'm telling you. There's so many jewels and so many topics that whether you're a female or a male, you gotta like look at it. Especially for my men, I do feel like there's a lot of jewels and a lot of information that she dropped in this book that will be helpful to you too. Because a lot of times, society has definitely started being more focused on women taking care of themselves, because we got in a role that I feel like went ours anyway. That's another lie, but that's a whole nother lie. But On the flip side, I do feel like that men have to start figuring out how to take care of themselves,
Yeah.
how to love on themselves, how to recognize when they're needing healing, because y'all tend to cope differently and use things to cope with instead of healing what is at the root. And recognizing, okay, this is going on. I might need to take some time out for myself just
Yeah.
to like heal so I can show up for my mate, for my children, the way that I need to show up.
That's
Um,
that. And you know what?
so
You the book too, because I was going to tell you really quickly. Men who get involved with their children, taking the kids to the football games and those kind of activities, there are no role reversals, right? Because I'm gonna be the mom screaming for my child, running up the football field just like my husband would. So there are no
mhm,
role. We did step into that role of trying to take care of ourselves, and we discussed this today. When it doesn't go
mhm.
our man, we're quick to say, "Well, honey, never mind. I don't need you. I'll just do it myself."
I do it
Ladies,
myself.
we have to do that because we can't emasculate them and think that they're supposed to show up for us when we need them to show up. But
Right.
do something different. Language. Make sure you're effectively to your spouse. You guys are in the house together. Learn a different language together. That's
Yeah.
a do list. Learn a new language.
Right.
That's that.
Right. Right.
I pray that this was helpful. I hope I gave you
It
some.
was.
I
I
hope
appreciate you so much.
I appreciate you. I hope that we touched on, scratch the surface on just the different
We
religions.
did. We
Like,
did.
and, everybody has a new term now, girlfriend.
Gold friend, go get you some gold friends. If your friends
Gold.
in your circle of influence don't have no gold friends, and you need to get the book so you can understand what that means. If they don't have gold friends for different parts of your life, you need a new circle. This is a perfect year for you to start cutting people off. I'm just saying. Uh,
You have a cage or a dot if you don't have gold friends. So
listen,
refocus and
listen. I love you so much, sis. Everybody, I posted, and I'm about to post again when I post this again on the page. But beyondthemakeup.com is where you can go get her book. Follow her at, what's your page name again, Tisha?
Handle is Tisha Mac, MAC 7, the number 7 for the number of children, Tisha Mac 7. And then I do have Beyond the Makeup. No, it's Inside Tish Talk. Sorry, Inside. I'm gonna put
Okay.
that inside.
So put that in the thing so I can pin it. Make sure y'all get this. I had her at our retreat last year, and it was something that I just wanted to share with my babies that we did last year. But I know me and her are gonna team together and do some workshops and do some things this year as well. So make sure that y'all follow her so when she goes live on her page and when she start doing stuff on her page, y'all are in tune and in sync. I promise you, just being on her page will inspire and motivate you as well. I love you, love you, love you. I appreciate you. I can't wait to have you and your husband on our spiritual yoke page and start doing stuff with you from there.
Woo! That's
I
gonna be
know.
major. That's gonna be major. And I can't wait. Let us know. Let us know. I'm excited. Thank you.
I know. Thank you. Tell your husband I said hey.
Okay. Have a great evening. Be blessed. Bye bye. Be blessed
Peace.
beyond and be blessed beyond makeup. Bye.
Bye. All right. So like I said, this is one of my sisters that I've known for a good minute. I met her on a whole nother like making money, doing something different. And ever since then, we have just been like this. Like I love, love, love this sister. So please make sure y'all go follow her. If you have not got the book, make sure you purchase the book. I saw Enchanted Hive. I'm gonna make sure I'll link y'all together so she can put some books in your stores. Her book is a game changer. It is a life changer. There's so many tips and there's so many tools. We'll also have her and her husband on just sharing how they were able to make this work with 7 kids, running several different businesses, and still keep that fire going. All right. So I love y'all. Willfully, this gave y'all some insight and some tools and some tips. I will talk to y'all later. We'll be on tomorrow. I almost forgot. So me and my mate will be live tomorrow talking about sacred sex and how you need to be aware of sensuality and the things that you need within your relationship as a couple or as a union, especially when it comes to healing the root and the sacral chakra. All right. I love you guys. Peace.